Hey, good morning, Alex. We are indeed. Let's see if everything works on my end. Yeah, I can see it's working on my end. I don't know if you have sound on your end, but yeah, nice. How cool is that? That's good. But on your profile, oh, look, this is the first time we're trying this type of live stream, a connected one. It is, but do you have sound? You don't have any sound. There's no sound. Oh yeah, there is. Yeah. Anyhow, first AI surgery is kicking off today with zero registrants, I would say, because we kind of, mm, leave it for the last minute to come out to you guys and talk to you about things. Um, but that's fine because we can do something, we can teach you something in this session. Hopefully, next time, Alex, we're going to get more organized to let people know that we're live. Yeah, absolutely. 5, 6 years, maybe like that. Yeah, since I moved here in Dorchester, in Weymouth. Yeah, 6 years. Mhm. Yeah, you were pitching me on on BNI, yeah, on BNI or something. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I always like I'm going to start further back a little bit just to introduce myself, like Alex did, just 1 minute, if I could. So I was always like a digital marketing designer, graphic designer, web designer, do it all thing person. And after a while, I realized when ChatGPT came out, I realized, oh, this is gonna change everything. So I started digging deeply into AI and learning everything about APIs, integrations, how to prompt. I even built my own prompt saving database, pretty much. Do you know that? Did I tell you about that, Alex? Oh, I need to share that. Yeah, that's super nice. It's like a fully fledged app where you can save and test prompts. So I was like, we need to do something with AI. I have a partner in business as well, and we started learning, both of us, about AI like crazy. We dropped everything else, and all we did was like chatbots, voice bots, but chatbots continuously, and other type of automations using NA10 and integrations between the platforms. And at some point I was like, right, I need to come out of the house because I'm working from home, and this is not good for your your sanity. You need to come out. And so I reached out to Alex, and Alex, about that FSP. And then when we met, I told him I have a dream. I want to teach people how to use AI, but not in a traditional way where you um, you come to a course like setup, and people follow some slides, which I hate, to be honest. Although I trained based on slides my entire career here in the UK. So what I to come back to what AI surgery is, I said, okay, you know how people call tech guys that fix computers the computer doctor. Now we are the AI doctors. So
Mm.
you come to the surgery the same way you go to the GP, and you have a problem, and you go to the GP, and maybe you have a fix in place, or maybe you find the next steps. And that's how AI surgery came to fruition. And we think it's super important for you guys as a small business community, and small business owners here in, we said, Devon, Somerset, Dorset, Wiltshire, and Hampshire, right? Because we can reach to these businesses in a matter of an hour and a half if it's needed for an AI house call. Uh, yeah, so drop your questions. That's what it is about. Drop your questions, and the most trickiest ones, it doesn't matter. If we don't know the answer, we will use the AI and teach you how to use AI to fix that particular thing.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's the exciting thing about all this is the time saving factor. These, my network, hundreds and hundreds of small business owners, all
yeah,
probably, spinning a lot of plates, juggling a lot of things, trying to systemize, trying to automate things that they're doing. I get it. So, I feel their pain because I've
yeah,
been there, done that. Still, I haven't got the slickest automated system going that are far from where I would ever want it to be. I'm probably touching the surface, 5%, 10%, ticked off my list. There's so many different projects that, I suddenly have this idea. I think, wow, I'd love to automate that whole workflow from start to finish. Um, and I posted on a forum at the weekend, actually trying to get some ideas from people about how I could automate my social media posting content automation system,
mm-hmm.
and just automating that whole process, still
Yeah,
giving ownership to VAs to sign stuff off and double check that captions are created correctly and the transcript is. That's unfortunately that's a human thing that we just need to step in there and make sure that's correct. But yeah, that whole system of pushing content out there and um, liaising with the client when the content goes live, all of that stuff can be automated. and that gives you a much more competitive edge over other agencies. So, yeah, a bit like Alex was saying, my background is Alex is probably coming in from a technical side in terms of AI. I've done quite a lot of marketing over the past few years, quite a few different roles, worked with quite a few number of different businesses. So yeah, this is kind of very organic, very raw, very real. It's the authentic you and me. We're not, this is not a polished, scripted webinar. We've got nothing to sell you on the back end. Naturally, if we can support you and help you, and there's a mutual relationship built on the back of people coming along, great. Let's explore that and see where that goes. But yeah, this is how we can add value back to the LinkedIn, the YouTube communities that are out there, the small business owners, answering their questions and giving them real results and sharing this. That's why we go live, because we want others to learn from it.
And this keeps us sharp as well, because every single day something new comes out and we can't figure out everything, but you guys have access to the media, the other websites, platforms, and so on. And when you come to us with a particular question, we will skill up ourselves as well.
Yeah, I mean, this call started this morning with me transitioning to Codex from Claude. And we were just chatting around different ideas there and stuff. I know Alex is a big fan of OpenClaw and all the stuff that they're building out. It's an exciting time to be kind of. I think it'll be like this constantly. Probably till our dying day, we'll be. What's next? What's next? Chasing the next big thing. The market might settle. But there's certainly a lot of players out there wanting a piece of the pie, a piece of the automation pie, and a piece of the AI pie.
Yeah. The new thing, I mean, talking, and looking forward to the future, I think the new interface with AI is voice. So, like in the past, we had stones and chalk. Then we had pencils. Then we have pens. Then we had tablets. John is here as well. Give us a second, John. We'll bring you on. And then now we have voice. Like we use Whisperflow and other other tools to dictate our whatever we want to achieve to our AI agents. And this is amazing. But let's welcome John here, okay?
He's always got a lot to say, is that John? Come on, John. You're live.
John. Hello. John. He can't hear us.
He's deep in AI building.
Guys, I'm online. Can you let me in?
Yeah, you are in.
You're in,
John.
John.
Hear you.
Why not?
We can hear you loud and clear.
We can hear you.
Is it the classic
Hello?
Bluetooth earphone sharing? My Bluetooth AirPods always like to take over and commandeer.
Can you hear us, John?
That's really weird.
It is.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Maybe he'll join from his desktop instead.
John,
John's on this AI journey with us. He's building some enterprise grade solutions, which is quite exciting.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Any comments in the chat or anything that we're missing here?
Not yet.
Good morning.
Hi,
Good
John.
morning.
Sorry about that, gentlemen. I tried it on my phone and it seemed not want to work. So I don't know what's going on there.
Maybe you didn't approve everything that was asking for, like,
Mate,
voice.
seriously, I approve everything. Like tech can have the whole fucking lot of information. Anyway, good morning, fellas. So you didn't manage to rustle up anybody to come on the call.
Oh, not yet. We
We-
haven't really marketed it. So this is kind
Yeah,
of a
exactly.
bit of a guinea pig test call just before we go live. But certainly next week
Cool.
we'll start pushing this out a bit harder. But yeah, have you come with some AI questions, John?
Well, I will tell you one thing I found out about everything I'm doing. Everything I'm
Yeah.
doing is pretty wicked and pretty amazing and does work. Right. The only thing is the underlying to grow and scale. I'm going to be restricted by Notion's API, and I do need to set up Superbase and the vector database, which effectively is the same conversation I had with Pete Chatwell last July. So that's ultimately what we need to set up. If you guys want to be part of the journey, if we can get that set up, I've just been talking to Claude Coworks, and it says that Claude Code can build it all. So it can build all the structure and everything else like that, and it can talk straight back up into Notion. So everything I've been building on the Bootstrap, the doctrine, the handover, the learning, the self-development, and all that sort of stuff, which is updating itself every single time, blah, 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 getting sharper and smarter, but it does need the back end to be able to do the computation.
All right, John. Let's help you set up Superbase today for your project. How about that?
Okay, yeah, I mean,
Build it.
it doesn't sound to be the world's hardest thing, and I sort of said, "Can I do it without being without a technologist?" And it does say you can do it, but ultimately, like I said, I want to build a system that we can all benefit from. Right? I need to build a system that has my level of knowledge and thinking about the outreach, Alex Smith's skills around the marketing side of things. Right, AJ's skills around bringing.
You're pitching us again, honestly. You're pitching us again.
Let's, so just for the benefit of anyone that's tuning in, Superbase, it's very much an open source. They call it a backend as a service, a BAS instead of a SaaS. So it's a platform that's designed to be. It is kind of developer friendly. So it's up Alex's tree. It's an alternative to something that's called Firebase, but it provides a full SQL database authentication, and it's very much a real-time capabilities. And as I say, cloud-based, open source, so it's not going to cost the earth for storing files.
It has a free tier, which you basically won't reach to its limits unless you really use it for like a business which has multiple users using your app or whatever you're building on top of it.
Yeah.
And just to summarize it a little bit.
Right, just to let you know, I can hear AJ talking, but a lot of background noise.
You got a bit of an echo. You might be logged in to LinkedIn. Have you got a tab where you're watching this as well? Because you might be getting a bit of a loop. If you just shut down everything else.
I clicked the AI surgery YouTube.
That's why.
And then that came up twice.
Yeah,
sorry,
so just mute
sorry,
it.
AJ, carry on, mate. What I was trying to do is get my volume back on my desktop rather than on my secondary screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the key benefits here, Superbase, is obviously it can be cloud-based or it can actually be offline. So you can actually run it offline apparently as well, which is great for security.
For non-technical people, what is this Superbase? Superbase is like, think of it as a collection of Excel files into a folder.
Mm-hmm.
So Superbase is the folder, and inside that folder you have 20, 30, 50 Excel files with, sheets and columns and rows. And you create this online on this platform where your data from Excel-like files is stored and is accessible via code pretty much by your AI agents, be it OpenAI, like ChatGPT or Claude Code, or you name it, an OpenClaw or whatever platform you're using to have these, this communication back and forth to the database. Now, what John is trying to achieve here is using Notion, where he has a beautiful workspace with a lot of files, a lot of documents, a lot of tables as well, but so many that when he searches something in Notion is a bit slow to pick up on particular things inside that workspace that he has in Notion. So what he's trying to achieve is move his data from Notion into Supabase with the help of Claude, which Claude will analyze everything he has in Notion and then compact it nicely and move it across to Supabase. So when he asks Claude for anything in the future, the response will be in like a second or 5 seconds rather than 20, 30 seconds.
So a lot less token usage potentially. And this is before John even populates it with client data and loads of, so if you think that system's only going to get bigger when you start to onboard more and more clients. So you've got to start from a really, really lean structure, haven't you?
Yeah. John, do you want to attempt it?
Sorry?
Do you want to attempt this?
Mate, absolutely. I mean, the long and short of it is I think we've had enough conversations over this last week to know what I'm building, right? And I have built something that really does will scale, but it does need somebody with technical skills. That's why I want to work with you 4, right? Or you 3 and us 4, effectively. So I wasn't planning on this on the call. I thought I'd just jump in and see if you were talking to somebody else anyway. So yeah, let's crack on, because CoWorks says it can build it. I've got so many chats going, but I've got Eric that's just given me a prompt that I need to run with Claude to update my doctrine, my principles, my structure and everything else, the decision tree, the log registry, the learning registry and everything else. And all of this gets loaded up before any chat starts. That's why all my chats are getting smarter and smarter and smarter, because the data that sits behind it is huge, right? Because I've done so many tests and processes and everything else. So that just needs to go back into Supabase with the vector post-call query over the top, and then effectively this layer sits there with the instructions, and then I've got a beautiful design now on locking in portals and webs. So in Notion, we can develop team spaces, which we can then morph into workspaces, and then we can do the subscription service with people coming into those platforms, and we can do lots of guests and everything, the guest process as well. So Notion does work. I don't particularly believe we actually need to go high level, although I might link it up to go high level just to sort of see, because like Alex mentioned this morning when he pinged me a message, if we dovetail this in, just think how fucking powerful this bad boy is, right? Because everybody that Alex has done and you've done, AJ, right, within your go high level, we can then turn around and have Notion with pages and stuff on the front end, and literally just the data feeding straight through, with Supabase doing all the computations behind going into Notion, right? And we can, and all the skills and all the feeds and everything else just comes in, right? I've built the skills, right? And I've all that. We just need to put it all together in a system that's scalable. And then, and to be four of us, to be honest, we could scale this massive.
Okay, let me show you how you create the Supabase account then. Do you want me to show you that?
Yeah, so you're going to share your screen, or shall I just set it up as we're going on my screen?
You can set it up as you go, but you're going to show keys, and then you have to, rotate your keys. Your privacy is going to be, you have to be aware of this. When you do this live, some API keys will be shown there, so you have to redo it. So I might as well just do it on my end, and then you copy it after this live session.
Well, I can always block the screen, can't I? If we don't want it being recorded.
Okay, then share your screen.
I'm just opening up a brand new...
Share a tab.
I mean, ultimately, there's got to be a huge amount of trust between all of us anyway, if we're going to build this. That's the way I look at it. Can you see my screen?
I can see your
Oh, here we go.
screen.
Yeah.
All right. Click hide on that thing at the bottom. We won't see that either. Right. Okay. So now go start the new project.
You were sorry?
Start your project. Top right, you have start your project. Do you have GitHub?
Yeah, but it's I don't know how to log in properly on it, but we can try.
Okay. Authorize.
It's just like a Google account, handshake signature.
Yeah, pretty much. It has Google as well, so you can.
It is amazing how all these things are just connecting up to each other quite quickly and easily.
Yes. Leave it as it is. Create organization.
Okay, is that the word it gives me rather than that's not my GitHub login? If I went into
No, you don't need to go to GitHub login. That's just the name of the organization you're creating in Supabase.
okay, because that's my GitHub account.
Yeah, so go back there. Leave it as it is. Create organization.
I think you can possibly change the organization name if you need to.
Yeah,
So
Shall I change that to agency?
you can do it.
they'll,
Agency, yeah.
they'll probably send you more marketing geared up for whatever
Yeah.
level you put in there, I guess.
Leave it personal and go continue. This is not important at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you have your organization, your project name, Europe region, Europe, of course, but click on the drop down. Let's see if we have London there for region. Scroll down. You see London?
Yeah, West.
West Europe, London.
Might be a little bit quicker in terms of accessing the data.
And also, GDPR wise, ICO wise, your personal data, the client's data, whatever, sits in the United Kingdom rather than in the US. Okay, that's fine. Leave it as it is. Scroll down and click continue.
Then I need to type a password
Oh
in.
yeah, click generate. Click that button there. Generate the password. That's it. Leave it as it is. You can copy it if you want.
Note it down
then-
elsewhere.
Don't show it to us.
Yeah, you put it on another screen.
I'll put it on another screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So create new project.
Wait. Enable automatic RLS for now. Okay, and then continue.
There's an advanced configuration option there if
Yeah.
I need anything there.
No. Okay, so now you see you have status coming up.
Yep.
It will now
It's building.
basically build your
Infrastructure.
project.
But it doesn't know what project it's building, does it?
Not yet.
Not yet, no. So
So
all you need to do now, at the top there, you see under Rethinking Work project, you have a URL. No, scroll down there, that one. Don't click copy. Actually, yeah, click copy because you paste the password in the other document. It's fine. So all you need to do now is to copy that link.
Am I copying the URL?
You copy that URL, exactly. And you give it a Claude Code alongside the password and say, this is my Supabase URL, and this is the password to the database.
Okay, so I
And
just
then-
do I start a new Claude Code chat?
You
you might want to create a separate project for it.
create a separate project for that. Yeah.
Call it migration, Notion migration or something.
Yeah.
But obviously,
So,
when we're
so explain step by step. What am I doing now? Then?
So have you got, do you use the Claude app or do you use Claude from the browser?
I'm what I normally do is use browser. I use browser everywhere, but at the moment, what I'm trying to do is use Claude desktop, because then I'm trying to build the skills and everything else.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
on the desktop, right? And then therefore, effectively, then it's using the MD file, and then I can use Claude Code running from my terminal, right, running in the background. And I've got fucking shed loads of skills and everything else, which we can just pull together and streamline
Sure.
this system really quite quickly.
Yeah. So open up the Claude app.
So open up Claude Desktop.
Yeah. And then maybe chuck
So
that
this
into.
is the chat I was having
I would do it in a new project. So create a new project specifically for this
in
migration.
code.
In code.
Okay, so normally I go and load up PowerShell rather than using this.
No. Use this one. It's fine. So
Yeah.
go select folder there on in local.
So local and then select folder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're probably creating a new folder just for this project.
exactly.
So at the moment, all my stuff is stored in here.
Okay, create a new
So
folder
I've
in
got-
here.
Well, I don't know why it's not showing up at the moment.
Put it in the
I
root
don't know.
directory IC data. I would just create a new folder in there. And
Create
give-
a new
So-
folder. I see that.
So is it best that I store it in on my local drive and in documents, or where should I best start this storage bit? Because
doesn't
that's
matter.
that's my go to Gmail.
Don't do
sorry.
it on Gmail because you're limited to the speed of
Yeah, cloud based.
interaction with
So
cloud.
set it up on my desktop, right,
Yeah.
and then just set it up in here or not.
Yeah, so I would put it in your desktop under download or in the documents folder, and then just be mindful that that's the folder that you would need to back up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I doing? Setting up a folder inside.
Create a brand new
documents here.
folder and just call it, something that's going to be relevant here. So like
Super-based migration.
Notion migration or something. So we know everything to do with this whole project is there. Once you've migrated it, you might end up getting rid of this folder once it's all
Yeah.
done.
Oh, okay. So this is just a holding folder.
Yeah,
Yeah, go in it.
Okay, so what am I doing now?
select
Go
folder.
inside Notion. And now select folder.
At the bottom, you got select folder. So this is the local,
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Exactly.
and now we need to create the Superbase connection.
So we're going to create the Superbase connection right now for you in live, but then you're going to have to reset the password, okay?
Unless you don't want to
So-
share it.
Well, I can easily do that just on a different screen here. I can just move it to a different screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you're going to paste the password here.
Just
Yeah.
move Claude to your other window for the time being, and we'll give you the
Yeah,
prompt.
but all I have to do is if I just move that there,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
then I can do it on that screen and then come back when it's done.
Yeah,
Yeah, also let's check something. Can you place that plus there? The plus at the bottom. Yeah. Connectors. And if you go manage connectors.
So interesting. Why is Fellow AI and Calendly not turned on this?
This is not turned on. You can turn it on if you want.
Yeah.
Okay,
but they should be-
go manage connectors. And in here, can you search for Superbase? At the top, you have a magnifying glass.
yeah, it'll be a recognized.
Yeah, click on Superbase.
I keep calling it a plugin, but it's they call it connectors in Claude.
Now it will automatically connect to your Superbase rather than you giving the password and stuff. Okay, you can do it this way.
Yeah,
Authorize. And now we are connected to Superbase.
MCP.
Yeah. So all you need to do now, John, really, is to close this. I'll go back to desktop, Claude desktop.
Bring
Right.
bring Claude back into the view. Yeah,
Go press back, yeah. And now in the connectors, I want you to go and untick everything except Superbase in Notion.
In
Click
what, sorry?
plus,
go
click
back
plus.
to the connectors plus
Yeah.
connectors. Untick everything but Superbase and Notion because we
Turn the
don't.
rest off.
Yeah, we don't want it to
Get distracted.
distracted.
Yeah.
We don't want to give it too much data than it actually needs. So it'll only have the two sources, which are what this task is all about.
Exactly.
And
So that's how you work in a project
Yeah.
in Claude Code. Like you won't keep on all the connectors just for the sake of having everything on. If this particular window project is for you to manage something between Superbase and Notion, you will only keep those two connectors up. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Effectively,
now-
just give it relevant context all the time.
Exactly.
Is what we're
Mm.
looking for, isn't it?
Yeah. Now at the bottom left, you have accepted it. Under the typing Yeah, there. And put it in plan mode. And you will give a prompt using your Whisper Flow. Hey, Claude,
So,
I
yeah.
have connected you to Supabase and Notion. I want to migrate all my Notion data to Supabase. I want you to fully analyze my Notion workspace, whatever workspace.
Why don't I just turn you on and then you just talk?
Okay.
Might
Go on
work.
then.
Hey, Claude, I want you to do me a favor, and I connected you to Supabase and Notion. Let's see if it's
Interesting.
yeah, it's
if you
not
turn
detecting.
Whisper on, like I can't hear
You
you.
need to put your mic right next to the speaker.
Yeah, but effectively, as soon as I turn Whisper on, it blocks you, and
it won't work.
come through
Okay,
from here.
let me give you the prompt there.
Just type it in.
I'll type it. Look into our private chat.
I'm still
Actually,
very
no, I'll type
lazy.
it to you on what? On a WhatsApp? Okay, let's go WhatsApp. Give me a second. Hey, Claude, I want you to analyze my Supabase and Notion database, which I have now connected you to. Hey, Google, stop. Google started playing music. Wait a second. Which I have connected you to. And I want you to go through all my structure and my files inside my Notion workspace, where I have everything I need to move across to Supabase. I want Supabase to replace my Notion, and I want you to create table structure or multiple tables and the structure of the tables so that I can accommodate all the data I currently have inside my Notion workspace. So you get this, go and look into Notion and get the exact name of that workspace, or maybe use the link from the.
Wait,
yeah.
where did you send? Where did you send that message?
Sorry, I sent it to Diana. I'll send it to you.
She's going to be a bit confused.
He sent it to his wife.
Yeah. No, wait, cancel. I want you to go to Notion and get the link from your workspace.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, before I do that.
Yes.
Then it knows
so
exactly.
It will know which workspace.
Yeah, the main repository or whatever you call it.
I've got so many screens, it's ridiculous now. So going in here, I'm taking.
You just get the link from the top. Close this.
Oh, okay. Well, just this.
But click on the home for this workspace. Home button. No. Go back because you're on a new page now. Go to where you see your dashboard of the workspace. Where is it? Because I don't even know how to use Notion very well. Click on rethink work at the top. Click. Click again on the workspace. Yeah, click there.
And that's when I get the URL.
Okay,
That's the URL of the new page.
Delete that 3.5 from the URL. Just leave Notion.so. Let's see.
Log into Notion. Yeah, so it's basically come out of that new page.
Come out of the new page, John.
Click on the 3 dots and just delete it if it's a blank page.
Yeah.
Right, that takes us back to CIS. Click on CIS at the top. See the CIS? Yeah, that's the kind of root connection intelligence system.
That one. Click on that one. CIS. Yeah. Is that not the?
But that's just the that's part of the instructions where then I've got all the bits where I've got all the data, the schemas, the everything else.
Click again at the top left, then on rethink work, and click the 3 dots next to John at rethink. Yeah, that one. Click. Okay.
Is it not that
So-
CIS one?
Anyway, the workspace is called rethinking work. Okay,
Yeah,
go
I mean,
back.
ultimately, that's my URL. So
Yeah,
surely
yeah.
that's the unique identifier, isn't it?
No, go back to Claude because it will know anyway. Go back to Claude and say
CIS.
inside the Notion workspace at the end, type in rethinking work, and that's it. Exactly as it is. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and now send the prompt. Press enter.
I learnt about there's something on GitHub called Claude Mem.
Click trust.
Click trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what this does, you're trusting Claude Code to actually write stuff inside that particular folder on your hard drive. Say again, Alex, please.
Claude Mem. It cuts down your Claude usage by about 95%.
Yeah.
It creates a localized memory of everything it's doing,
Yeah.
and then it can access a lot of what it does out of its localized memory. So it's Claude Mem. It's a thing on GitHub, apparently. I've not played with it yet. Have you?
I use a different thing. It's called super memory.
Oh, okay.
But we're not doing such crazy things that we're gonna, finish the max subscription.
Well, I got
Like
close
so-
yesterday.
I max out pretty much most of my sessions, and my weekly thing died last night.
That's
Um,
because
then
you
I-
have that Notion chunky thing there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point, right? Realistically, if you guys can just give me a bit of a hand to get this motherfucker moving, right? Trust me, then I'm out talking to people, and we will be bringing in a fuckload of information into this system, which becomes more knowledgeable, which beats the intelligence that you get from the other systems. And what I did last night, I just turned around to Claude and just said, write me 50 emails and put them in my voice on behalf of Elevate, create me a single page flyer that can go with it, and then bang, done. So now I've got them ready to send out.
There you go. Let's see. So what is he saying there? I'll analyze your Notion workspace and Supabase setup to design a migration structure. First, let me load the required MCP tools. Now I'll explore both your Notion workspace and Supabase setup in parallel to understand what's working with. I found the Supabase project, blah, 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 and the Notion workspace with multiple team spaces. Let me dig deeper, explore current Supabase state and Notion database, find Notion databases, and look at key pages. There you go. So the team spaces will appear marked in trash odd. All appear marked in trash.
There's John
Why?
Bindham.
Yeah, there's not though. I deleted a bunch of previous team spaces that Liana and I were working on, where we had dynamic geo and all this sort of stuff, and I migrated a lot of those documents and data across into CIS system. We also had a single source of truth team space and all that sort of stuff. I wasn't sure how to use it in the first place, so then I rolled it all into connection intelligence system, cleared out single source of truth, and then built the operating system where Eric's got Eric's my Notion agent. Eric's got like an operating system that's really, really detailed and complex. But then this is where I've been playing around trying to create it all so the information sits within a single hub, and then my MD file and my project instructions and everything else is all aligned. So then I've got, because the issue with all this AI bit is one thing doesn't talk to another thing. So I've had to cut and paste, but now what I've done is I've created a circuit that everything updates, and then it's a triumphant, and then I've got a working shop that sits in Google, which I work through every week, and then I'll just keep it updated. And then so any single chat now automatically loads up the Bootstrap, which has got all the intelligence. Where have you gone? There you go. Which loads up all the intelligence, which means that it all gets smarter and smarter as it goes through.
Good. Let's see how it's going to, react when it's moved to Supabase. I'm just so curious. Excellent context. The workspace is massive. Domains include data, ops, admin, strategy, delivery, governance, people plus vision, cards, DB, 273 rows, client master, introduction, registry, CIS docs, command queues, etc. Let me get the database inventory page in parallel with the schema docs and key domains. Yeah, so
I
what
suppose if nothing else, this is a great way of me showing you how much work I've fucking well done.
So what it does now, basically, it's analyzing all his documents and it's creating a schema. What is a schema? It's like sketching exactly what type of documents it has, what type of rows and columns those documents have, and then it's going to make it like a programmatic codes like SQL. With whoever heard of SQL, it's like a database syntax. Pretty much, it's building like a code like command which sends to database, and in one go, it's building everything for the documentation to come.
To be honest, mate, it's fucking mind blowing that it can actually understand what the hell I've actually done. Anyway, what do I do now?
Let's see. What's the migration scope you want for V1? Obviously, it's going to go in stages. It's not going to go full on migration. So operational CRM core only.
So when it's migrating, is it actually literally stripping everything out of Notion and putting it in Superbase?
Yeah.
Right. So in future, I'm going to have to pay for Superbase as a license as well.
We'll see.
Not anytime soon.
Really?
Yeah. It's
It's
only
like
text.
It's like a Google Sheet. Have you ever got to
That's the
capacity on a
interesting thing,
Google Sheet?
effectively, because over the years they compress data down to MDs. Right,
Yeah.
so much happens in such a tiny little thing. Like one little word makes all the difference, doesn't it?
Yeah. So let's do the first bit. Let's do the
Click on that.
let's see operational. See, which one do you think, Alex, we should do first?
I don't know. When I get presented with these options, I always think, is it actually, if I choose option 1, will it forget where it's at and not ever present
I
the
have
option
the
2 or
same
3?
questions. I normally go other, and I tell it to stop asking me these stupid fucking questions.
No. That's wrong. Then do full workspace
Full.
mirror, please.
Yeah. Go
Full
all out.
workspace mirror.
Yeah.
I think that's the best approach.
Wait. How should long form documents, methods, doctrines, SOP be handled? Store as Markdown in Postgres. Keep docs in Notion. Store Markdown plus PG vector embeddings. Exactly. That's the one you want to choose.
Which one? Store Markdown
The
and PG
third
vector.
one, yeah.
That one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we need any explanation there
What exclamation?
in terms of what the vectors and what it was, the differences?
Yeah. So basically, what we selected now, we selected a way to store all the documents from Notion into a Markdown. Markdown is like a document that a text file that's very easily understood by AI agents.
MD.
And we also asked it to vectorize it. What is vectorizing? Is pretty much indexing the document, and instead of reading the text, it somehow does it mathematically. So it will know exactly, it's taking chunks of text, it's storing it into a database, and then mathematically it knows where to go and find the content super easily. I don't know, did I explain it right, Alex?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
The
so.
interesting thing, that to me is mind blowing.
Yeah.
Because it's how it relates the information. I was asking last night, like I pulled in PDFs. I said, where do you put the PDFs in Notion? Some of it just translates into fields.
In a
Others
database.
it saves the PDFs. It's fucking ludicrous on how some of this stuff works, and that's why I can't fully keep up with it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what do I do now?
Wait, will Superbase also serve a customer-facing or partner-facing app, or is it just your back-end data store?
So in regards to that, I asked
Grief.
co-work early in this.
Yeah.
I've also checked with Notion and what we can do. We can make amazing portals in Notion from an agency point of view, which we can have subscription access for and still run the skills and the agents across it all in workspaces or team spaces. Team spaces are less controlled, but if all the data and the coding, right, effectively is stored in Supabase or in a separate governance sector in my team, in my workspace, nobody can access it, nobody can change it. So therefore we can just develop new portals and everything else from templates.
Okay, so then we decide later.
Yeah, you can always clone a Supabase whole project.
Yeah.
Oh, can
Do
you?
this.
And
Okay,
then
yeah,
just-
as long as this allows flexibility, and then all we can
Yeah.
do is we can just replicate and grow. It doesn't matter.
Do decide later, I think.
Decide later.
Yeah.
yeah.
Should I produce import migration scripts now or just the schema? I want schema only for V1, schema migration script per table, schema plus sample data only. No, go the second option, yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
And we're still in plan mode at the bottom, so nothing's happening
We are
yet.
still in plan mode, yeah.
So all this is just prepping,
Mhm.
and then once you've got the plan, that's when we can say, yeah, happy with it, let's execute.
Yeah.
And so in future, then effectively, Supabase will be my back end,
Mm.
and then all my computations and my calculations on my PMQ score, my connection intelligence score, and all that sort of stuff can be computed in Supabase.
Yeah.
With the help of Claude. Claude is computing it, but Supabase is only hosting your data. Claude goes inside Supabase, takes out the information and computes the answer for you. It's not.
So it uses that as the data repository, the context,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? And then Claude is still the the engineer.
The
Yeah.
engineer, yeah. Exactly.
And it's almost
What I've
the
been
communication
doing up
layer.
till now, I've been using Claude, Eric, a number of Eric chats, right? Eric's my AI in Notion in Notion, and I've been using Claude to be the architect, Eric to be the internal architect. I've got a QA, I've got a in everything. So even when I was doing vision cards, I've got a product designer, I have a QA, I have a person who's recipient, right? All cross-referencing, designing the system and what works, what doesn't work, what they like, what they don't like. Then it goes back to Claude. Claude architects it, and then we implement it. And then I've designed everything in the system so that it will then replicate what I want to do in a single version. So I've got connection vision cards are now are called connection cards, and then I've got connection briefs, connection passports, connection map, and all of this is literally I can take somebody's LinkedIn reference
Scroll
and I
down.
can turn around and connect all their connections from the LinkedIn.
Scroll down there. Got it. Full mirror, doctors, markdown, plus vectors, open-ended multi-tenant schema, plus.
How have they compressed everything down to these tiny little markdowns, which can then construct an entire company?
Sorry, say again?
How have technology created these things called markdowns, which effectively to me just look like a tiny little bit of text, but yet that's so powerful a text because it's read by AI and it can turn around and interpret it into something that is so powerful.
Markdown is on the market for many years, just so you know. So I'm looking at it. It was released in 2004. So
It's all about the relationships.
yeah, the way markdowns have stars and hashtags and all sort of
Yeah.
symbols inside. That's how AI reads. If it's in between stars, it's a bold text. If it's with hashtag, it's H1 or H2 or whatever. So,
And that, sorry to interrupt there, AJ,
Yeah.
but that comes down to what headings are. So that's where Notion got excited about. They turned around and said, oh, now we've got 5 headings. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
fucking whoopie doodah. I can now just
Yeah.
change the shape and size. But it's not.
Yeah.
It's the instructions that sit in the headings, isn't it?
exactly, yeah. And the AI can simply go and scan the entire document based on these symbols and know exactly where to look. oh, the section 1 starts from here and then here.
Hmm.
And it's here and so on. I think Alex is gone now.
And he's probably going to do what I want to do, which is slip to the toilet.
Okay. Then just go and wait for this, okay?
So this is using hardly any tokens.
For now, because it's just creating the plan. So right now we're creating the plan.
So this
Okay,
effectively is like in a sandbox at the moment.
No, this is happening on your machine, and we fed it some information. It went and scraped a little bit of data from Notion and from Superbase, and now it's that we're gonna have to go through. Okay, come on.
Okay. So while it's doing that, can I just have a quick pee? I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yes, good.
I am here. I'm still here. Can you let me in? Ah,
Alex.
yeah,
What
I was here. I think for some reason at 10:30 it just booted me out.
Oh, okay.
So I had to refresh the browser, but I'm back here.
Right, okay.
So is this now? Oh, it's still on planning mode.
Still in planning, yeah. I put myself somehow in full screen and I don't see all the things on Talk Studio anymore. I don't know what to do. Right, so plan ready. Proposing plan, wait. Plan ready for your review. Quick summary of what I found, and can you move that mouse away, please? What's your Notion? What's in your Notion workspace? We already know that. What I'm proposing: 33 Postgres tables. Oh my god! One-to-one mirror to every Notion DB, or document plus document chunks paired with all long form pages, all built in a common base of columns, Notion page ID, partner context, okay. So multi-tenant RLS can be added later without migrations, okay. Per table Python migration, scripts with a shared property type, map per, so adding a table is a one file change. Nice. Superbase project, it's empty and ready. Migration will be applied via Superbase MCP on a dev bench first, then merged. Perfect. Scroll down. It shows us, look, it's going to show us the common base columns. Scroll down a little bit. There you go, your Notion URL, your owner ID, deleted, updated, created. So all the stuff that you have inside Notion is actually going to be moved to tables. Butterfly, stage, engagement, signal, see all the stuff that you have there. Okay. Like contacts, there you go, master contacts, ID contacts. I'm sorry. Fine. Accept an auto mode at the bottom.
This is all making more sense to John probably because he recognises a lot of the terminology behind this.
Yeah, to be honest, I think there's probably some stuff missing, but we can always move it.
It won't miss. It won't be missing. Trust me. This is only part of what it's showing to you. It's not showing everything.
Oh, okay. It just shows you a snapshot of what it's thinking and how it's structuring.
Exactly. So go at the bottom and click accept.
Anyway, the one thing you can see now, guys, is I've done a fuckload of work.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's interesting because none of this was planned, actually. It's only like literally from conversations and then jumping on this morning, and then you nudging me to give you jump on board. But what you can see here, my logic, right, is I can take a LinkedIn URL and I can automate that straight into the system. This is why I need to dovetail it so it can scale. So because what I really want is to end up having Claude Code just running in the background. So let's just say I talked to AJ. AJ is a new potential client. I want to strip that straight out from my fellow call or from I've just set up Dialpad last night, so I'm going to be doing that today. And that's the way I'm recording. It's quite amazing. It's a piece of gear as well. All of that, I can reverse engineer the call, the extraction. That comes straight into the person's profile, which is MC, right, the master contact. The master contact is one section. The inspiring connection, the IC pipeline, was a secondary section where the intelligence sits. So the master contact becomes the single source of identity with the UID, like sitting in the PID, as we call it, personal identification number. And that effectively means that we don't get duplicates. So I've got a whole load of systems that are working around making sure we don't get duplicates in the system, so then sequential goes through. But it means that data now, with its 70 different fields and lenses and everything else, becomes valuable for searching. And then we can add more, subtract more, condense more, and then we've got like a client one works on access rights on permissions from tabs. So in the field, it turns around and says, okay, this client is Elevate, this client is Sure Storage, and so
on.
I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, has he got one of those clever cameras that like you do? Just do signs and it does things.
I'm not sure whether you might just have a laptop camera on the side as well. I can enable that. Yeah, so this is actually now in auto mode. So presumably it's actually doing it. So if you go to Supabase, you can actually log in. I think you're already logged in on Supabase. You should start to see that populating in terms of the raw data.
Anyway, while he's not around at the moment, coming back to you, I don't need massive volume at the moment to do on the email side of things. I can talk from Whisperflow, get Claude to go into Eric, write the emails, which actually go into my outbox, which effectively I've already got a whole load here ready to go. I'll just show you quickly. But I honest to God, mate, I do want to partner with you, right? 100%, right? So I've got all these emails that are written, right, automatically that I don't have to do anything with, and I've got obviously Inspiring Connections as an email agent as well.
Yeah. Do you know what the deliverability rate is?
Sorry?
Do you know what the deliverability rate you're sort of getting on those?
I haven't sent any out yet at the moment, but I have set up instantly as well, which automatically runs through from Claude as well, so I can use that. But ultimately, I do want to partner up with you, mate, because I do want to bring you a shit ton of business, right? And we just need to define, this bit here, the AI surgery is a perfect way for me to bring people into it. I can turn around to them and say, look, realistically, you need to start. So all those Digital Boost people, I could send them a simple little message to get them back into I don't need to send them a Notion portal. I could send them your flyer and just say, look, had a great conversation with you. I know that you're trying to streamline your system. Why don't you jump onto AI surgery with a mate of mine, right, who will start to solve some of your company-based problems, and this will then bring them into the fold to have conversations, which means that then AJ can maybe able to do some AI solutions for them. You can maybe do some marketing side of things. It brings them into the mix with the service that you're offering.
Can we have a look at your Supabase, please?
Yeah. Have I got that open somewhere else or not? Let's have a look.
Yeah, top left.
It's there, isn't it?
Okay, now refresh this.
Disk is 0.
Press at the bottom left.
Yeah, 18%. It's gone up.
That icon, click on that icon at the bottom left, click on it. And leave it expanded. Okay, now go at the top in table.
There?
Click.
Table editor, yeah?
Yes. Click on it. Right. And now on the left side, you should see soon all the tables starting being populated.
Document chunks, partners.
So It's still creating them. Click on documents, for example.
Yeah.
Documents, yeah, second one.
It's referencing it all out to
So really,
Notion
all it's
still.
doing is it's just a big brother of
Mm.
Notion. Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, because why would Notion not just go and bolt this into their product?
No, it's not the big brother of Notion. No,
No,
Notion,
as a
Notion is a
backend.
document storage, mate. It's simple. Notion is a document storage. Database is a way to programmatically store data in it. It will not make sense for you to read it, but it will make sense for systems and platforms to read it.
Okay, so
It's okay. We still need to go back to Claude. We still need to wait. I think we're gonna have to end the call, and it will work until this evening for you to move everything across. You'll probably finish a session and start another session and so on. But yeah.
okay, so any changes I was going to do in Notion about organising the doctrine, the principles, and everything else. Shall I still carry on finishing those tasks off?
Yeah, and then you come back here to this Claude project, okay, and say I've done some more things in Notion in this folder, the names of these ones. Can you move them across to Supabase as well?
Eventually, you'll just use Claude Code will be the
Exactly.
language model you
Eventually-
use.
Yeah. When you migrate everything across, you switch off in here in the connectors, you will switch off Notion and only have Supabase. And then you try to do what you do in Notion just with the Supabase connector on. Do you understand?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you won't have Eric and whatever other agents you had in Supabase anymore. You'll have Claude to act as all the other agents you had in Supabase before.
You mean in Notion before?
In Notion before, yes.
And it will still generate.
So Claude becomes the skills. So because effectively what I've done is I created these really smart Notion agents. Fucking amazing. I mean, literally, you can go bang, and it would. I mean, I can show you them. So maybe that's another session.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
you wind down the Notion, it'd be good to just do a speed comparison. So maybe just
Exactly.
feed it with 10 LinkedIn URLs and get it to produce, that what you described as the portal, or no, not the portal, those documents.
The intelligence information, yeah.
So
And-
can I go back and carry on using Notion, or do I have
Yeah.
to wait?
No, you can use Notion, no problem whatsoever now. You just leave this to finalize. It will take a while because you have tens of documents in there, okay? It will take a while. But once this is done, then whatever you talked to the agents in Notion, you will talk to Claude Code. And maybe you can create skills. Like you go into Notion to Eric and say, hey, Eric, I want you to create a skill based on everything that I taught you or you have as instructions in your memory. Create a prompt so I can create a skill in Claude.
So
That
okay,
will-
yeah. I mean, I'm ahead of you on that because I've already done all that. So I mean,
Okay.
I have got a whole stack of skills, which literally, I can just turn on. I mean, we can tweak and refine them because they might not
Okay,
be
but do you
perfect.
have the skills as MD files?
I've got absolutely stacked skills. Like
Okay. Did you install them in Claude?
I've got some in Claude, and
Do
I've
you
got.
know how to install them here into this particular project now?
Well, is this now a project?
Mm-hmm.
It is, yeah.
Okay, but this is in code.
Yes,
than
it's
in-
a project in code rather than in chat or cowork, yeah.
Okay, so because this is the other thing that I wanted to get set up is I want to get set up on Dispatch, right? So I can just talk to it, right? But also I want Claude Routine to be running the shit behind the scenes, so it just triggers and everything else. So I do fuck all. I've designed the system. I just need it to
Yeah,
seamlessly work.
Yeah, those
So-
routines will be the skills.
Yeah. Click at the bottom on the plus again. And if you go to connectors and then manage connectors.
Is that still? That's not going to fuck anything up at the moment while it's
No,
still on.
at the top left you have skills.
Yeah.
So here is where you can plus and bring your skills over.
Bring all those same skills. Yeah.
Okay, so if I bring all my skills that I've got in Notion and on my hard drive,
Yeah.
if I put them all in here,
Yeah.
can I then condense them and get the best skill working, or do I need to do that before as a project?
You can use any skill into any project. All you need to do is just use the slash commands after that.
Because ultimately, I don't want to even use the slash. I just want it to automatically go.
Know
you
which
know
skill.
What? That's a LinkedIn extraction.
It will know. You
I've
should
got a
know.
LinkedIn extraction. I've got a LinkedIn update. I've got. I mean, so one of my skills is literally it will find the LinkedIn URL. It will populate it in my Notion. It will then go and take that LinkedIn URL. It go out on the web thing, find a public available profile, pull it in, and update the MC record and the IC record, and then link it into the master the master clients list as well. And then effectively it'll update the client, the company, as well as updating the contact.
So if you were doing that, you would just need to give it some context with that LinkedIn URL.
Mm-hmm.
Use
But
the skill.
effectively, is that effectively where we're talking? Because effectively, I've designed it all. Right? I can literally just talk to it, and it can go bang, 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 find the right skill to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
I
you
find
could
the right
create a
people.
dedicated app or form where you can
Yeah.
drop in the URL and it knows to bring in the right skills and how to process that data.
And it even says there up there, look, if you see Canvas design in the middle, yeah, you have Canvas, and then you have Anthropic on the right side. You have Anthropic slash commands plus auto, which means the skill works with slash commands, or it can be selected automatically by Claude if it's suitable.
Okay.
But to make it be 100% sure it will use that skill, maybe you mention it. You can use the Canvas-design skill. See? And that's
Yeah,
it.
completely. I mean, effectively, I built skills. I mean, I've got skills to do all sorts, right? I mean, effectively, I have built a process that I can take raw data from a screenshot and then convert it into intelligence, run a pre-calling brief on it, run a lens on it, and run a matching agent on it, and update the profile and everything else. I've got fucking stacks of info and skills that I can do. And that's what I want. I want one central repository where it's got the data, okay, Superbase, right? It can query that. It can turn around and go, bang, right, my job is to, and it goes, and it just follows a list of instructions, and instantly I've got that data that's set up for me. And I want to be able to talk to Eric, which is what I do anyway, about doing my outreach. So Eric now produces me Claude produces me some amazingly personalized emails of my voice, but it can do it for your voice. It can do it for Elevate. It can do it for anybody else's, because that's the whole point. I've captured the voice. And that's the whole point that I want to build the HubSpot or the space for Alex, right? So Smith, so that he's got his database that can just build. And then then you're not using Go High Level to a certain degree. What you're actually doing is you're just turning around talking to Whisperflow, saying, I need to contact 50 people from here. Make sure you create a bespoke email. Done, right? And now it's sitting in there. You can turn around and go, right, okay, send them, or you can go click, click, click. That's the human in the loop, right? And then the same thing is we link up LinkedIn, right, and do the same thing. But LinkedIn, obviously, you have to be a bit more careful. It's not spray and pray. But we could actually then turn around, we create the LinkedIn message, the link, the emails and everything else, which is what I do anyway, personalized to the brand, right? And then I can just cut and paste. But ultimately, that'd be a skill going forward where I won't have to cut and paste.
Yeah. Right, let's go back there. Is he still doing it?
So do I just go back up here?
Yeah.
I'm always worried about going away from a screen and
No, you shouldn't.
Even if you have a power cut, you can still just, a lot of this is all cloud-based, so it will just carry on.
Exactly. Right, so it's going to take a very, very long time to do that, trust me. It's okay.
Major project.
We have 10 more minutes left. I think you could see how we work. John was our
Guinea pig.
our guinea pig today, our first setup, if you want. I think it's amazing to see that live.
I think certainly what will be helpful is looking at the stats in terms of the speed efficiencies on the back of Superbase. So giving it the same command, Notion versus Superbase, it'll be that'll be the was it worth the effort?
The benefit of doing this now live with you guys is, one, you've seen what I've created, right? So hopefully you're half excited, right, about what I've created. But what you can also see is you've tested some of the theory from here. Now, I think that what we can do is, I don't need to go back to people and offer them a portal, although I think I could probably offer them a link, a Notion-based portal, right, when I send back an email to them, all the people that we've had conversations with from Digital Boost. But what I want to try and do is, when I do that, why don't we just then at the same point fire out your one-pager or your booking form, right, whatever else it is, and let's see if we can get some people booked onto the system next week. And I can turn around and just say, just had the most amazing support from these fellas. Right, I know you're going to be looking at AI to streamline your system, or streamline your company, or whatever else it is. Why don't you jump on a call? I can bring them into the mix. You two can run the call per se. I'm a side partner, right, in it, right. But what I can do is, because I've already met them before, I can tease them into sharing a lot more intelligence. We can then, as a 3-person, turn around and say, do you know what? We can solve your problems there, and if we can solve it like in a way that we can make money, which is going to be easy enough on here, because this is the outreach tool, right? The smart reach tool. Like your AJ has got the tech skills in maybe moving people across into using the AI function, using Pinchy or whatever else it is. And Alex can turn around and say, okay, well, I can do the outreach emails and everything else. And now all of a sudden we've got clients. It's not that hard, honestly.
I'm reading there.
I've got at least 40 to 50 people that we can send out personal emails to, that I could just get Claude to write up and attach in the bits that we decide that we want to try and sell it to them. And then we can send it across as a personalized thing with an we could do it on an HTML email. So what I could do is I could just say, look, I'm just gonna send you an email. My system has moved, because everybody knows I was building this system. Right, so effectively, from one of their description of their pain points, what we're all proposing together is a solution.
Sure.
So I can say, well, why don't you jump on a call? This is what we're doing, and it's purely built around companies like you, the SMBs, right, that are struggling. Right, we want to try to understand and how we can help, and then you guys can have a look at that and see if there's a commercial acumen in it and business development in it. But we've already got the T's, we've already got the relationship. That makes sense.
It does, but do you realize we're live here?
Yeah, sorry?
Do you realize we are in a live video call here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so why are we discussing this, John? We're going to have to cut this and re-upload it.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, we are live on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on everywhere. It's not just the 3 of us.
Oh, right. Okay, I didn't think anybody's actually watching it.
Yeah.
Right, so...
nobody's watching my feed at the moment, but...
nobody's watching my feed.
Maybe the replay.
Still going to have to cut it. He swear so many times, and he's like, Jesus, John.
I thought live was just as in people coming to.
No, it's live streamed.
Right.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to get watched by thousands of people though.
Well, it's not going to be watched because we're going to re-upload it. But if we leave it there, you can bet somebody's going to watch it. So let's go back to your Superbase, because apparently all 46 tables were created. Let's have a quick look. Go switch back to Superbase, Joel.
Okay, sorry.
There you go. Now you have a whole lot in these. You have a lot of tables there where data is going to come into place. let's go to click on client. I'm curious.
Where am I looking?